Hi, my name is Nur Ini binti Muhammad Muhaimin. Number meter is PID 20258, course Early Childhood Education from Group 1. Today, I want to story about the king and the teacher. Once upon a time, there lived a king. He had a very large kingdom. Though he was a king, he had a strong curiosity and now wanted to learn about justice and fairness. So, one day, he called his premier minister to discuss this. He asked him to name the most famous teacher of justice living in his kingdom. When the minister mentioned the best teacher's name, the king ordered that the teacher should start visiting the palace from the very next day. The teacher was a wise and humble person. He agreed to visit and teach the king in his palace. 6 months like this, like all good instructors, he wanted to test the king's learning. The whole palace was eager to celebrate the success of the king, but the result was very bad. The king fell. Everyone became silent. He could not blame the teacher for his failure. His former students were all successful people. So the king called one of the teacher's students, who was now a judge, and asked, "We both study under the same teacher. How could you improve a lot and pass the test and not I?" The teacher's pupil replied, "I will ask you 3 questions. If your answer to those is yes, then you will know the cause of your failure to learn." The curious king was very interested to know what those questions were, and more importantly, the reason that made him fail the test. The first question is, said the judge, "When our teacher comes to teach you, does he have to grade you before you do?" The king said, "Yes, it is she who has to grade me as I'm the king and he is a subject." Alright. The second question is, when you sit down for the lessons, do you occupy a high seat that him? Remarked the judge. "Yes, of course. I sit on my throne and the teacher remains in his chair," replied the king. "I see." And the last question is, do you consider yourself, the king and him, as a subject? Informed the judge. "Yes. The crown, the court, the throne, and the service around me remind me of this fact." The judge then explained, "Oh, king, teaching does not respect the teacher." The king nodded and changed his thinking. The next day, when the teacher came for the lessons, the king was waiting at the gate. He greeted his teacher first and escorted him into the palace. When it was time to sit for the class, he made the teacher sit on his throne and seat himself at his feet. Throughout the time the teacher was there, he constantly reminded himself, "I'm not a king now, just a learner, and he's not my subject now, but my respect teacher." The next time the test took place, the king was very successful in answering the queries. The teacher was already pleased with his manners, and now he was happy at his students' success too.